So are you wanting to buy gold but feel like you don't have enough money to get started? Well, today I'll show you a simple strategy that allows you to slowly build gold through silver without needing to spend hundreds or thousands of dollars up front. Hi, I'm Joseph with Joseph's Reserves, and I save 20% of my income in the form of coins and precious metals. So I dollar cost average every paycheck into these precious metals, but lately I've been trading my silver for gold. So here's the thing. Gold increases your purchasing power over time. It's historically protected against inflation. Silver, on the other hand, tends to just maintain its purchasing power over time, which actually makes silver a perfect stepping stone into gold if you're getting started with precious metals. Look at one of my old videos entitled Purchasing Power to get an idea of how silver and gold have moved in the past century. Okay, so we want gold, but why silver? Right now, 1 ounce of silver costs around $38. That means if you were just going to spend $50 of each paycheck, you could easily buy a little more than an ounce. Walk into a coin shop or even online and you can start stacking immediately. Here's where it gets powerful. If you commit to buying silver every paycheck, after a few months, you could have several ounces stacked up. That silver can eventually be traded for a small amount of gold, letting you enter the gold market without needing a big lump sum. But here's the important part. Don't just put your $50 into a regular account. It's too easy to get discouraged or spend it when life comes up. Buying actual silver, holding it in your hands, and seeing your stack grow will build the discipline and confidence you need. Each ounce brings you one step closer to the gold that you're wanting. Over time, once you have enough silver, you can trade it for gold. Think of this like leveling up your silver into gold. Silver is your training ground, and gold is the ultimate goal. By using this method, you're building wealth gradually, consistency, and without taking huge risks. So, starting small will help you stack silver every paycheck, and you can watch it grow. One day you'll have enough to trade for gold and boost your purchasing power over the long term. Remember, it's not about how fast you start, but it's more about staying consistent. And being consistent with this silver is much easier than being consistent with a large purchase of gold every single paycheck for most of the population. So here I have a few common sizes of gold that could be easily found in the market. I'm going to show you how much silver it would take to trade for that value of gold. Now, I'm only going to be using spot price. The premiums fluctuate every day, and it really depends on what either the online bullion shop that you're going to or your coin dealer really has on stock and what they might need in their shop as far as what you're going to be getting back when you sell to them versus how much you're going to pay extra when you buy from them. So to make it easy, we're just going to talk about everything at spot value. We'll start with this 1 gram gold. This is a 1 gram bar. You can see how small it looks in my hand. These are actually quite small, and that's why it's a little bit frustrating when it takes 2.8 ounces of silver just to get your hands on one of these grams. Because of that, I typically don't stack these very much. I don't trade for them unless I'm trading for something larger up here and I just happen to have a few extra ounces of silver. I'll add this onto the purchase. That way I don't have to come back for another transaction. So we'll move up. This is a $1 coin. This contains about 1.6 grams of 90% gold. So this one is actually 4 ounces of silver, 4.6. So we'll add another 2 ounces here. Here is our half ounce and then 1/10 ounce. 4.6 ounces of silver for this $1 gold coin. Now again, It's still a little bit frustrating, but these are highly collectible. They usually carry a very large premium. A trade like this is not going to happen. However, these are highly recognizable. They are a very good form of gold to hold. So something like this has a place in your stack, just not as a main component of stacking. Where we get into the sizes that are actually great to stack and do consistently is this 1/10 ounce. A 10th ounce of gold is actually 8.7 ounces of silver. So we'll go ahead and move this over. We'll add in our other 4 ounces of silver, and then we'll get to the 0.7 by putting back our 1/2 ounce fractional and 2 10th ounces. So as you can see, it's already quite stacking up when you're trying to buy even a small gold coin. Next up, we have the $2.50 gold coin. This is a quarter eagle. It is 90% gold. This is the gold that used to circulate along with that $1 gold coin. So this coin actually takes 11.6 ounces of silver. So we'll add another 3 as we scoot it on over. And we'll add our 1/2 ounce and the 1/10 of an ounce there. So now you can see this is really starting to stack up, but we're not even close to our 1 ounce yet. The next size we have is a 5-gram gold bar. These are highly recognizable. There's an assay right here, so you know that it is pure gold and how much it contains. When we move over here, it is actually 13.9 ounces of silver. So we'll have to add 2 more to this pile. We'll go back to our 1/2 ounce. And we will need 4/10 of an ounce on top of that pile. So as you can see, it's really starting to pile up, but we're only at the 5-gram mark. When we get to a 1/4 ounce, this is when it takes 20 ounces of silver, 21.75 ounces of silver. So now we have a full tube here, and I'll go ahead and just put that back into my storage tube here. We'll need a full tube, another ounce of silver, and our 1/2 ounce, as well as a 1/4 ounce. And now we have our 21.75 ounces of silver to get us to a 1/4 ounce of gold. What I typically like to do is stay between these coins here, the 1/4 ounce to a 1/10 of an ounce. Usually in a trade, I'll be able to buy up to the 5 grams or even these quarter eagles. Sometimes I'll buy a 1/10 and the 1 gram, which is how I ended up with this one here. So knowing that you want to keep it within this range will help quite a bit. You'd be able to stack a whole tube and then wait for the gold to silver ratio to drop to make it reasonable to trade for gold. But while we're here, we might as well take a look at what a full ounce of gold looks like if we were making this trade. This full ounce of gold would take 87 ounces of silver. So that is actually 4 of these full tubes. And another 7 ounces. So let's see. And I don't even have enough eagles on hand to show you this. So I'll go ahead and pull out 2 Canadian maples. And that is the full 87 ounces it would take to equivalent to 1 ounce of gold.